Hello.
Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shedheads podcast.
Shortheads podcast.
Short,
today.
yeah, apparently now. We either get the short heads or the long head. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Long heads.
Long heads.
Oh, man. Can someone just stretch out our faces for the longer podcasts?
Mm-hmm.
Or, like, better yet, as it goes, like, the faces just get progressively, like, longer. They stretch.
That would be something.
That would be cool.
Yeah, but today we're a short head.
No, today we're short, so we'll shrink it with every passing minute. That's how it goes. I'm your host, by the way, Mr. Sky, I guess.
Yeah, and I'm James, and
the James head. Yeah,
we
there you
are.
go.
I'm not time stamping this one.
Introductions out of the way.
Yeah, I only time stamp the recommendations now.
When we actually have
not these other ones.
When we actually have more concrete points to transition to and from.
Yeah. So
here we're getting a little bit more of a free form, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll let you carry it away since it's your topic.
Okay, we're gonna be doing. We don't have like a specified number. I think I've got 8.
I've got 6.
8 or 9.
6 with a little asterisk because not all of them are like huge points. Some of them are just small.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Unpopular music opinions, which
Coop, get the fuck off my lap. As soon as I open just anything, he's just like, Mine?
We didn't have a bunch of time to.
He doesn't make any noise either, so it just spooks me.
To come up with these, and we weren't like on the same page of what it's a very broad
well, yeah, you
topic.
just hit me with unpopular music opinions. Just like
you're like,
okay.
I don't have those.
Yeah, I don't have many that I can just pick off of, like the.
I was like, yeah, I don't know if I do either,
like
but let's
off
do
the
it.
opinion tree, I guess.
Yeah.
And we'll get into a whole bunch of that. I don't know. I just don't feel like I have a whole lot of unpopular music opinions, just because like I like a lot of bands that are generally liked.
Yeah.
You know,
there's a lot of music,
but old.
Yeah, there's a lot of music that is popular that you don't like, though. So that would make your opinion unpopular. Hey, Coop. But yeah, we don't have a bunch of those as far as I know. So we're just gonna get going on these, I guess.
This is a very hard homework assignment for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was on the verge of just looking it up.
Okay. You looked through your Spotify to find
No, I Googled unpopular music opinions and just took them.
Yeah, I agree with that.
No, I'm just like, okay, this is my opinion now.
Yeah.
If we had more time and, really put in the effort, I would just watch Fantano's videos, like, all the way through.
Yeah.
Like, all of his videos and just bullet point stuff,
Yeah, I don't think I have, these aren't in, like, order. I don't think.
Mine are in order.
Okay, yeah, I didn't decide, like, what is the hardest hitting of these or anything.
Well, because, I shout out my hardest hitting one, and then, like, it just kind of trickled down, like a big old poo.
Sure.
Just like the big solid thing comes, and then the liquid comet follows. Comet tail. The poo.
That's not normal.
I bet y'all are real happy I put that image in your head on a podcast where we discuss music. That's the kind of show we run here, It is the Dark Souls of podcast.
It's the hardest one to listen to.
But also, like, arguably one of the best ones,
Really?
Just because it's clunky, not much.
It's
anyways.
Clunky. So.
I guess you have to start then since you have more than me.
Well, yeah, I guess I gotta do 2.
And that gives me time to munch on some banana bread.
And I can do 2 quick ones that, I'll do 2 that are less broad, that, like, only kind of fits in the circle of you and I and, some more niche fans. Which is, let's start with Weezer.
For you and up. Yeah, it was going to be literally impossible for us to not mention Weezer in this podcast.
Yeah.
It was playing on his TV when I walked in,
Yeah.
It was kind of emblematic.
We knew I'd look to Weezer for inspiration.
This is not the last time we're going to be... You know what? I can just get my Weezer one out of the way too then.
Really?
Yeah, but I'll let you go for it. It's yours first.
If you want to, but I want us to be able to go back and forth. But okay, I actually wrote down 3 things for Weezer.
Damn, okay. A lot of Weezer stuff. Which
doesn't count into like my full 8. It's just like I wrote Weezer and then wrote 3 things. Which obviously this is unpopular because it goes against the almighty Fantano. Pinkerton over Blue. That's the easy one. If you had that one on your bingo board, Put down your piece.
No,
now.
it's on my bingo board for you though.
For me?
Yeah,
okay.
I knew you were gonna bring up Pinkerton. Just it's like first off.
That one's obvious. Then the other two are less obvious, maybe. Because this one, I don't think Pinkerton over Blue is that unpopular. I think, there's the Fantano camp, everything that he says in his video, and then there's the, I think Billy Cobb made his rebuttal saying, Pinkerton, giving the points for Pinkerton, and then admitting that he actually likes Blue better at the end anyway. So I thought that was funny.
Well, those are fun.
Yeah. But
I guess I like them equally now, just like get that out there.
God damn it, May.
I think I it still edges out for Pinkerton for me too, in terms of favorites.
Mm-hmm.
But like in terms of like actual albums, they're pretty comparable. It makes sense why they're paired like so much against each other.
Mm-hmm.
And lots of people's like, Weezer discography.
Yeah.
But the people who put White above it, I don't understand you. Or U-Bait for that matter.
Which will
any other Weezer album, by extension. Which
will translate to another one of my Weezer takes, which is Green is the third best Weezer album. Which I'm
agree.
I'm always gonna
agree.
Stand on that. I think it's got, I think it's got the most. I didn't really explain why Pinkerton over Blue, but I feel like I don't need to go into that.
I'm gonna go further. I'm gonna go and say that Green is Weezer's best album.
Okay.
No, but actually, it's the best album for them.
Contradict what you just said about things being better than Blue or Pinkerton.
No. So like Pinkerton and Blue, they're like fantastic albums,
Okay.
Like the best that they put out.
Uh-huh.
But Green is the best for them in terms of like how it represents the band.
It's the best Weezer album.
It's fun, it's stupid, it's got hash pipe on it, it's flawed, like the band. Well, incredibly poppy and like mixed. I think like everyone's like opinion on the band.
I think they just kind of like nailed the pop rock kind of power pop punky-ish formula they were going for with Green. Everyone likes Island in the Sun and
I think
and Hash Pipe.
I think it sounds the most like them. If you had to like attach Weezer to a sound, it'd be just Green album.
Every song on Green is hooky. Like
which is the band, which is they do,
yeah,
super riffy, yeah.
And it's got the backdrop of it's like a fucking 3-piece band, even though they had 4 people. You've got even very basic power chords, basic drum beats. Yeah, it's Weezer. It's Weezer through and through. And
the album cover is also hard to look at, just like the band's history and future and all that.
Yeah.
History from now, not from the Green album. Oh, maybe, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a White Album hater. I'm not a U-Bait hater either, but I really think U-Bait got maybe a bit too much credit just for being like the first decent thing to come out since like Maladroit. Or maybe transition to my next point. Maybe since Make Believe, which I don't think is half as bad as people say. And
also, this is an echo chamber so far. I agree, yeah.
It's just Beverly Hills is pretty awful, and then the rest of the album, honestly, it's
just Green, but leans more into pop.
Yeah, I kind of like the stuff they were doing on that album. It's like, it's more like Green than Maladroit, which was between them, but I think there's some solid stuff on there, like Hold Me and... This Is Such a Pity, where they went
perfect situation.
Yeah,
like there you go. That song is such a bop.
It's like the first 5 songs, except not Beverly Hills. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's good. I can't believe people thought Red was a step up. I'm never gonna share that opinion. I like maybe a song on Red. There we go.
I had so much trouble just getting through Red. Honestly,
yeah,
I had a lot of trouble getting through a lot of their later albums.
Yeah, so I honestly think Weezer's pretty solid up until Make Believe, and that's pretty unpopular to say.
I had a harder time getting through U-Bait than White.
Yeah, same. No, I think I like White better for sure. I don't dislike U-Bait. I just think like I remember loving it when it came out, but in retrospect, it's not the album we all thought it was, in my opinion. It's just a step up from where they were at.
You know what? I might have a double dip for Weezer also, since you decided to triple dip.
Yeah, okay.
So you're like, oh, let's bullet point Weezer now, because there's that's just such an easy band to be like, oh, unpopular opinion, because like you say anything about them, it's unpopular. It's so mixed.
To someone, yeah.
It's fucking intriguing how that works.
Yeah. So I was going to just do a second one now, and then we could go back and forth. You'll also agree on this one. So I guess I'll just do that.
We'll head back to Weezer soon, guys. Do not worry.
I don't know if this band will come up again or not. Probably not. But I'm going to say Green Day didn't start to suck until the trilogy.
Yeah, that's funny. I thought, I don't know, I was looking through my shirts this morning, the band shirts, and I saw Green Day. I was like, he's probably going to mention that. Yeah. It's probably going to be a point of conversation.
Yeah, we don't have to go too much into this one. It's just a lot of people think Green Day started to suck, after Nimrod. People didn't like Warning when it first came out. And it's fucking it's a joke in the subreddit that Warning is underrated, but I guess it kind of is to the general public. Which is crazy. I think that's a solid fucking album.
Underrated than Warning.
No,
because Warning has more hits in it than Insomniac, and it's a lot like easier, like and fluid to listen to. I think because in Warning there's a whole bunch of like different ideas being tossed out, I guess, and Insomniac is just grunge all the way through.
In a way, they're equal in terms of hits. Because Brain Stew is pretty much the one that gets all the radio play from Insomniac, and
Platypus gets referenced a lot.
Which one? Platypus. That one's on Nimrod.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're right. I also think it's on Insomniac because it's the angry song, and Insomniac's the angry album apparently.
Yeah, it's the angry punk. And I was gonna say Minority is pretty much that song from Warning. It has like other songs that are clearly like hits, but they never got that like radio airplay. I think Waiting got some airplay back when it came out, but I haven't heard that on the radio and since then. But yeah, so people say they started to suck with Warning. People say this. A lot more people say they started to suck with American Idiot.
I was actually going to say that. No cap.
Huh.
I was going to say that.
What?
I was going to say, I think they started to suck during American Idiot.
That's
during, keyword, not because of it. Only because We Are the Waiting is a track on that album.
Oh.
It's kind of foreshadowing the trilogy and the other shit, I think.
There's some stuff on that I don't really love that you do and a lot of people do. Like She's a Rebel or Extraordinary Girl.
She's a saint. She's a star on the earth. I don't know. That's just catchy.
But I definitely don't dislike American Idiot. I think it is still great, and I still think 21st Century Breakdown has a lot of great stuff.
I mean, that's when they really like turned up the pop a bit.
Sure.
Made it pop punk more.
I don't think turning up the pop is what ruined them. I think.
No, I meant for American Idiot.
Oh yeah. Okay. I think what ruined them was kind of cranking out 3 albums of material that was half baked and totally. I don't know. I guess they did. They took a big left turn by doing the trilogy because they'd become this very like serious band. Like they want to be taken seriously. They're this political kind of
apparently political.
Yeah, apparently present. They became this political presence because the album was called American Idiot, even though it's more of a rock opera.
Yeah,
with
and there's like 2 songs on there that are mild,
the big hits,
are the most surface level criticisms against toward the U.S. government.
Yeah,
like it's kind of funny that people like say that album is political and by extension the band.
Yeah,
like in that case, by definition, Pink Floyd is a way more political band, politically charged.
I think Pink Floyd is absolutely political, but I have a note for politics later.
Yeah, it's just a comparison, really.
Yeah.
I think what ruined them is Billy Joe deciding to do too much coke and burst into the recording room like, let's make 3 albums and And all poppy, just whatever the fuck we want.
They were kind of
Uno Dos Trey, and Trey was like, "Oh hell yeah, I get an album named about me. Let's do it." And
I don't know.
and Mike was like, "Oh, I don't know, Billy, you sure?" And,
I just think they were genuinely putting a lot of effort in when they did those. They put out American Idiot back to back with 21st Century Breakdown. Maybe American Idiot outshines 21st Century Breakdown, but
absolutely.
But I think that it was still a very ambitious move, and it was clear that they gave a shit what they were doing and wanted to put something great out there, and they were really like kind of in a way on the top of their game. They had their second coming, and then they kind of just for the last 10 years decided to put out like kind of
garbage.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. They took another left turn, but they're like, let's just do stuff that sounds like mistakes that we would make at the start of our career.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking the piss, obviously, but I'm sure they put in a bunch of effort to it. They were super into their project, as pretty much every artist is. It's like it should be your baby. It just sucks that it turned out to not be good.
Yeah,
that's all there is essentially. It sucks.
I think Revolution.
It's a lot of fucking work to not only just crank out an album the size of 21st Century, but to crank out 3 albums back to back with the trilogy. That's a lot of effort, but
Well,
I don't put an effort to something and still have it turn out to be shit.
I don't know how much effort went into those songs comparatively. I would be surprised.
That's true. If they concentrated their effort maybe into one album and making the tracks more of quality.
You may be able to make a decent album out of the trilogy, like a normal size album, but I don't know, because I only can recall a handful of songs across all 3 albums that I think are, decent.
Yeah, this is totally anecdotal, but the time we listened to the trilogy, I hardly remember anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a pretty good brain for albums nowadays.
Yeah.
Now that we've done this more and listened to my own shit. I remember nothing of the trilogy.
Right.
Absolutely fuck all. Same thing with Father of All, but I think that's more of a defense mechanism than anything.
Oh my god, that
it's
song
just
is...
me not wanting to hear any of it because it'll hurt me. And
not
I
that
block
song.
out things that hurt me.
I mean, that album, I have no idea what the fuck. I have
yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, I don't think Green Day started to suck until the trilogy. I'm not on board with the because this is a backhanded compliment because I am on board with a lot of the shit that they did after Dookie, after Nimrod, after whatever, where people say, oh, they suck now. But I draw the line at Uno Dos and Trey. And I'm not huge on Revolution Radio either, but it is their best output of the last 10 years.
It's weird that was my favorite of theirs for a minute.
What was?
21st Century.
Oh, yeah.
That was very weird. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me then.
I think that that album's just bloated. I think there are the songs that just cut. You can only cut songs from that album and make a better album. In my opinion. Cut 5 songs out. I can pick them.
I feel like with that album, you can honestly separate them to be their own album. So you have the good 21st Century and then the B-side.
Yeah.
Just filled with Know Your Enemy and just all the others.
I think that one. I've never liked Last of the American Girls, but I know you do.
I don't really. No, it's middle tier at best.
Yeah, I don't think it's that great. And I don't know, the Static Age. There's just a handful of tracks on there that can go.
Yep.
Horseshoes and hand grenades. Okay.
Just us talking about the 2 big bands that we'll be talking about forever.
Yeah, but now we're gonna get on to other stuff. So now we can start going back and forth. Do you want to start the back and forth, or do you want me to start the back and forth?
Sure, I'll start it. I'll come out hot at the gate, just because there's a lot of things I feel like I wrote down. I'm going to piss a lot of you off.
Okay.
But, that's how it goes. That's how it's going to go. First one, this is just off the top of my head. I don't even need my phone out. EDM is an incredibly tired and stale genre.
Going for a
Don't
whole
at me.
genre.
Yeah.
I'll let you do that because I didn't do any of these.
Mostly, of course. Like, don't over exemplify my point. There's a lot of good EDM out there, I'm sure. Even some of it where I'm like, okay, I can vibe with this. Like, it's okay.
We don't listen to EDM. Clearly.
No, not like listen to it as in we listen to all the music that we like.
Yeah.
Like going through the album all the way entirely. I don't even know how that would go. Honestly, listening to an EDM album.
Are there albums?
I feel like it would just be like, the one track, and then another one just like it's like follows it. That can come across as, I guess that's a bit uneducated, but
yeah.
I mean, from every EDM song I've heard, it's the fucking same. It's the same beat. It's the same like drum sample. It's the same type of singing, same like auto-tuning technique.
I don't like auto-tune, but I don't think that's unpopular, so I didn't write it down.
Well, it's way out. Like, auto-tune can be fine, but like it's so overdone where like it'll make the voice sound robotic-y. And I know that's the point, but it's like still fucking like, it's still like bad technique, like to do in terms of producing music. Like people, I think the appeal of it is more aesthetics and cultural.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people will play it just to like kind of show other people like, oh, I mean, this is probably projecting,
I think people want to rave.
Not rave. It's not rave music. It's
EDM?
definitely more like,
yeah, it is. It means electronic dance music.
Oh, am I thinking? Are we talking about the same thing?
Are we?
I don't even fucking know.
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Yeah. See, this is how uneducated I am about the genre. I don't know. I talked about things with a few other people, and they said like I didn't know how to like put a word to the genre, and they described it as EDM.
Oh, do you not have like an example of an artist?
Like Post Malone. I'll go out there. Post Malone, yeah.
I think he's just
that
pop
type of music.
But I'll check out
pop. Yeah. If you can find a better word for it, then I will learn something.
You already know we are better now. I can't do that song.
I think Post Malone, him specifically,
I think
he's fine for EDM. He's not doing anything inherently like, that immediately grinds my gears. Just not my preference.
I actually think he's a cool dude. Like, but his music, like once
Circles, it's okay.
The one that I just like tried to mimic that I don't know at all really. Once I found that out that was him, I was very like oh shit, he sucks, doesn't he? But I don't know. Maybe you're thinking of trap.
Maybe trap EDM. I don't know,
because it says he's pop, hip hop, R&B, and trap.
R&B. There we go. That's it.
Really?
That wasn't
okay.
EDM. I'm dumb.
Okay.
It was R&B. It was the other 3-word combination.
Because trap.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Just
trap does mean EDM, I guess. Trap EDM.
Yeah, that's the thing with genres. Also, is that it's so easy. There's just like so many sub things and like some things that like bleed into each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like with music, it's just genres give me a headache. They're kind of I don't know. They're kind of overused in terms of like how to describe things. But anyways,
sure.
Yeah, just a lot of that, like scooping mids too. That's how to make your music sound like shit. Just like blatantly.
Yeah, I'm.
That's just an extension off that point. But yeah,
I'm not into the genre in general. But again, I didn't go after entire genres because I wouldn't know how to talk about genres I'm not.
Again, I think it's more
familiar with.
I think it's more aesthetic, for like some of the other type of artists, where it's just something to have in the background or just like, playing your car to.
Yeah.
It's like, to me, that genre is like non-music. It's music that you don't have to listen to,
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? Like, you don't have to listen. Like, okay, we'll go back to Post Malone. You don't have to listen to Circles. You can just hear it.
I don't know that song, I don't think.
But if you hear it, you'll just know it because it's so repetitive. It is so like simplified again, which is fine, but there's not much else going on in there. It's copy paste music.
Yeah, my thing is like the reason I didn't make any like this is because I wouldn't know how to talk about what good EDM music is compared to bad. So like I feel like if that's the case, then I don't give myself the liberty to discuss it.
Well, that's why I'm saying
yeah.
not all. I'm saying obviously not all like R&B, EDM, whatever.
Yeah.
Obviously, and I already mentioned there is some that I can get behind, I can like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it could be chill, it can be fun vibe, but I mean that's about it.
All right.
That's just that disclaimer, so that way, people don't immediately fucking witch hunt me. If you got some R&B that you think is like pretty good or that I would like, toss it my way. I'm pretty open to like listening to other shit, I guess.
Sure.
Though, I mean, a whole album, I don't know. I might have to like take different settings to listen to it.
So, I'll do another quickie. Well, probably the quickest one, because I don't want to really elaborate because I'll maybe spoil something. But I don't think OK Computer is the best Radiohead album.
Oh, I agree. And I only heard that Radiohead album. I only heard the one album, and I don't think it's their best one.
The one that I recommended to you, I don't think it's their best one.
Hey, that's fine. I don't... Yeah. Okay, you know what? Here's a freebie.
Most people think it is, so that's why this is on here.
Yeah, here's a freebie one also. I don't think Dark Side of the Moon is Pink Floyd's best album. By a landslide. And I guess I didn't write that down just because I've been pretty vocal about it before some other people.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's just kind of like, it's kind of known once you go like a little deeper down the iceberg. But yeah, no, I agree with the OK Computer. I thought it was okay.
Yeah, and you liked, what I showed you from a moon-shaped pool. Probably better. I don't know, but yeah, I won't elaborate because I do plan to wreck them again one day.
Okay, well, elaborate on OK Computer.
I'll say there's at least 2 albums of theirs that I think I might like better. I think OK Computer is obviously pivotal in their career when you listen. When you listen from Pablo Honey all the way through to A Moon-Shaped Pool, OK Computer is a clear left turn and jumping off point, but it's also notable that their next album did that as well, and I think the direction that their music went from there maybe took more pages out of the Kid A handbook than it did OK Computer. And I do think it deserves its reputation. I want to say that. I think it deserves its place. It deserves its spot in music as a whole, but in Radiohead's discography, I think they did manage to to take it another step further past the point of OK Computer.
So far, it sounds like pretty applicable to Dark Side of the Moon. To bring it up again, but yeah. I mean, do you have any, I don't know, like examples about the album itself in question to support it
compared to their discography?
No, just like the album itself.
I don't know exactly what you're asking.
I don't know. I guess it's fine. Your point was about like comparing it to the discography, not the album isolated by itself.
Yeah, it's just that I don't think it's the best Radiohead album, and I do think it's the third best. So
yeah, okay,
at least. So there
you go. I got your point.
Quickie.
Better now. Yeah, quickie. Same thing with Dark Side. Just take everything that you said, but yeah, I'll apply that to just change the names a bit.
Yeah.
So cool.
Just think they outdid themselves down the line, and I guess that's the point you're making too.
Yeah, down the line, like a couple albums later, but then they teetered off a bit.
Yeah,
Pink Floyd. That's fine. So far, I'm agreeing with your stuff. Cool, good points. All right, guys, let's talk about Weezer again.
Sure.
Just Weezer. That's on my list.
Just Weezer.
That's an unpopular opinion to like them.
That's true.
Like technically, no. I'll again make more people hate me. I think Weezer's cover of Africa is better than the original.
Oh, me too.
See, I knew you were going to agree with that. I knew already.
That is really unpopular.
It's so unpopular. Yeah.
I don't know why.
Toto fucking sucks. I'm sorry.
Maybe just because it's a song that you don't touch as far as a lot of people are concerned with, but.
It's one of those. I don't know. They didn't change like a whole lot.
No.
Like compared to other people's covers of shit.
Really, they didn't.
Like how changed up people's covers of Mr. Blue Sky are a lot. Same thing with I don't know, with David Bowie covers. Man Who Sold the World, way fucking different than the original.
Yeah.
But I'll go and say the original. I don't know. I'm not so super big on it. I like the song,
Nirvana's cover better. Yeah. I don't know how unpopular that one is. But
it's just Kurt Cobain singing on that song is keeping me from being like, yeah, but I really fucking love it. I will say. I have that on repeat just as a disclaimer. But anyways.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I think Weezer just refined the song a lot more.
I think
with their style, it worked out.
I think they brought the punch to it.
I think they're a better cover band than they are just a band on their own.
Except their cover album sucks.
Now I disagree with that.
It's awful. Tough. Except that
now,
song.
Who's the unpopular opinion here?
Yeah,
probably me.
Probably you. I don't like Teal, but I like Africa. I like their cover of Africa. All right. You also said Toto sucks, so if that's an unpopular opinion, then there you go.
I can't back it up with anything. It's just a claim. So don't take me too seriously, guys.
Sure.
I don't listen to their shit. I can't make anything definitive.
I might. I'm listening to more shit. There's a couple like this. I don't think this is really that unpopular, but for the amount of times I see people saying certain line on the internet, I'm led to believe maybe it is. Politics do belong in music. They've always been a part of music. Fucking protest songs date back as early as the 1300s. An artist should write about whatever they're passionate about. And that's pretty much the take. How many times do I have to see Facebook comments, just stay out of politics, you're a musician?
Yeah, that's shoink.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you have to bleep that just because it's just factually correct.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to, but I agree with you.
Yeah. I know you're going to, but
yeah,
I would feel fine with it being in there. Yeah, that's utterly stupid, ridiculous too. I don't know if they belong in music. Well, just based on the wording, because it could imply that every song needs to have politics, which they don't. But yeah, absolutely. I agree with you.
No, but yeah, moreover, the point is that an artist can write about whatever the fuck they want to write about.
Well, duh.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, fucking duh. Yeah, that's
it should
obvious.
Be. It should be duh.
That is a duh. Well, yeah.
People get upset.
People can write before people will
People are upset about wet-ass P-word.
Well, yeah, but before people over-exemplify what we're saying in terms of what people can write about, they can write about everything, but it just depends on the audience whether or not to give them the microphone, you know?
Yeah.
By that, I mean, I don't know, shit like cutie shouldn't exist. So that shouldn't come into someone's brain to
Netflix?
What they want to write about.
The Netflix series?
Is it on Netflix? Fuck me, Netflix. What the hell are you doing over there?
I
didn't know. I just heard about the show and that's just part of the that topic of what artists can or shouldn't, heavy quotations, shouldn't write. They can write whatever they want, but it all depends on us to give them the credence for it.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know anything about cuties except it pissed off a bunch of people. Oh no,
it's terrible. It's literally pedophilia, the show. It's disgusting.
You watched it?
No, but I've heard about it.
Okay. So yeah, that's the take. Politics.
If any, yeah, that can
no problem with politics and music.
It can really also give some fucking charge, to the music and the lyrics.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe maybe I discovered something today. Maybe I just really like lyrics when it's political more than personal.
Yeah, maybe.
I'll listen to it more. I don't know.
That's possible.
I think so. I don't know, just because you talk, I hear somebody just being like, "Fuck this thing." I'm like, "Yeah, fuck that thing."
Right.
I don't know. It really gives an extra punch to punk, metal, harder rock type of thing.
I don't.
Or just anything that's more topical, also.
I don't listen to a bunch of political stuff, as you guys can tell by my list of recs. I definitely prefer personal music, but I think it's fucking stupid to tell someone not to write about politics.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And I think of course if that's what you're passionate about, that's what you should write about. So,
I mean, maybe not every political song, you know, like fucking Science, System of a Down.
That one's more of like science versus religion, I guess.
Yeah, it's still political, you know. I think so. I don't know. Political is also one of those loose things,
like more belief systems, but
topical, you know.
Yeah,
one of those topical things. But yeah,
I don't care if I agree with it. Like, I think you can say, hey,
I guess I have a looser like definition of politics.
Yeah, I think that is a great song, and I don't agree with the take.
yeah.
But yeah,
we've been over that.
There we go.
See,
Toxicity.
No, yeah, that on the Game Ship podcast. GP, I don't know. GP episode
Greg
45. Paul.
Greg Paul. Well, the fucking Paul brothers, creep ass dad.
His name's Greg. Of course he is.
Greg Paul. GP.
But Greg is actually a good name. Damn it.
That's what he calls himself. GP. Okay, your turn.
Oh boy, climbing up this the scary little ladder here. Oh, you know what? This one's not too bad. This one's like a PG rated one. Ukulele. It's time I bring it up.
Yeah, you don't like ukulele.
It's a contentious point of me. I don't like it, but to more explain that, because
this is what I said last week.
Well, yeah,
here's an instrument he doesn't like.
Well, because you brought that up, and like right after like that conversation ended, I thought, oh yeah, ukulele, like that's like my big pet peeve, or like, you know, point of contention for me with music. But now I have an opportunity to explain a little bit.
Go for it.
Because the whole point that I wrote down, ukulele is what's the wording I use? It's a criminally underutilized instrument.
Okay.
Nobody's using it at its full potential. Literally, like fucking nobody, and it's saddening. That's why I hate it. That's why I hate what the instruments become.
It's usually used as a guitar, but
it is a mini guitar.
It has a specific sound to it, you know.
Yeah, but you can also like.
But mostly people use it to strum chords.
You can capo the fifth fret or somewhere around there and just play the bottom four strings and just be like, yeah, it's a ukulele, same thing. I mean, with how people are playing it and techniques. My dad has a good friend, and by extension, I have a good friend, Sean, who's incredibly talented at ukulele.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, produces his music around that. That's like his main instrument. And just the finger picking that he uses, and just, you know, musicality that he puts into it completely transforms the instrument.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, watching him play, and I'm assuming, you know, there's going to be a bunch of other musicians like him. Watching anybody play it like that will completely like transcend the instrument. It's like the comparison is like watching a third grader play chopsticks on a piano, and then going to a concert, like, and actually seeing a concert pianist play. That's the difference to me with ukulele.
Mm-hmm. I guess while you're talking about the underutilization of an instrument, I think bass is underutilized in rock, just in general.
Can be. There's a lot of stuff I've been listening to where it's like, there's some nutty bass shit happening, you know?
That's what I mean. In general,
they very much can be, yeah.
But not always, obviously. But I think to just, you know, follow the root note of the guitar is underutilizing.
I was gonna say in punk rock, that's usually what the dealio of the bass is there.
And there's absolutely cases where that's not, like Rancid, like Anti-Flag, like Billy Talent. Like there's tons of there's exceptions no matter where you look. In fact.
Yeah. We're giving just more specific examples.
Usually when I play bass parts in my songs, I just follow the guitar. And I'm talking against doing that right here.
I mean, you're aware of it, at least. So, you know, either stop doing it or, you know. I mean, there's a time and a place. You know, there's a time and a place for bass to, you know, go off the beaten path, do its own thing. There's a whole lot of different, you know, phrases and what you can do with that. You know, you have walking stuff. You can just have a little more freeform stuff, or just follow the root note and all that. Time and a place for all that, you know. But if it's just holding the root note, where it can be doing something, or worse, where the song will call for something a bit more from the bass and only does that, then it's underwhelming.
Damn, now that we're talking about stuff's coming up. Like, I didn't have that one written down, but like, Yeah, I don't know. Should we just throw out something we quickly both agree on with Travis Barker? Unless you had that written down somewhere.
I was gonna continue on bass, saying,
okay,
too much of it will just fucking ruin your song.
Oh yeah,
and it's not all about the bass. Like regardless of what all you normie like fuckheads out there want to think, just blasting your car with bass. That's just why you're not listening to music at that point. It's just vibration, like literal vibration. I mean. Yeah, music is already vibration.
If you like that, then go for it. I think it sounds
beefy bass.
I think it sounds pretty funny.
Also has beefy boys.
Beefy boys.
Beefy boys.
My new band.
Oh man, yeah, you beefy bass boys. Beefy bass has a time and place again. You know that can be really fucking fun. You know, to have it really like low and distorted and shit. But like, and I guess this is what brought me to that R&B thing, where they'll just crank the bass up for fucking nothing, and then that's artificial sound staging, because it makes it sound like it's full, but it's just turned all the way up, so it tricks your brain and like, oh yeah, it's full here. So you get the bass just hogging that entire like the low part of the frequency and just reverberation, and then you had the little tick 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 sound, which is why people scoop the mids.
I just don't love
but yeah.
I mean, I think if you love that sound, then you do what makes you happy. But I just don't love that sound, I guess.
I think it destroys a lot of different types of music. If it all comes down to like the production of it, you know, if like the bass is turned like way up or something, you know, or like where people turn that up where it shouldn't be, that just will ruin the song.
Sure. And that thing that I didn't write down about Travis Barker fits on that too, I guess, because too much Travis Barker will ruin your song. No, but just overplaying drums, overplaying in general.
I was gonna say overplaying in general. Yeah, there's a time and a place. Fuck me.
Okay, so now I'll do one that I actually had written down, I guess. So yeah, this one is not one that like I'm really here to argue about. It's more clearly just a preference, an opinion, and that's that I prefer physical to digital. Pretty much with everything. This isn't just a music thing. And I like to pay for my music because
I was thinking of that in the car right here too. That I think it's sad that it's like it's normalized now that people expect music for free. Mm-hmm. Artists aren't getting paid for shit, and people just don't want to pay for. In general, people don't want to pay for quality or just art.
Yeah,
people are trying to do that now with like artists that actually put a pen to a screen now. Fuck is paper. Mm-hmm. And nobody does that. People will pirate movies, but like. Everyone still has that like expectation of like, yeah, you pay for it. Mm-hmm. Why either like subscribing to Netflix, which at this point, why the fuck would you? Or going to the theater or some shit. There's ways of paying for it. Like, you have to go out of your way to buy music, is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Like obviously everybody knows how shitty Spotify is to artists, but we all use it. It's very convenient.
Yeah, it's like and like you may call it hypocritical, but it's like I'm not gonna like put myself at a disadvantage like for my own like beliefs. It sucks, but I'm gonna follow through with that shit.
What I do is find new music on Spotify and then I go buy the album or support the band in another way. I see them live or I buy merch. I do as much as I can, and you can't expect that of everyone.
Well, like the bigger bands are already like set for money, with all the record labels and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But like, yeah, more independent artists or groups or anything, mm-hmm. who are just stoked.
Stoked.
I tried to say stoked and psyched, and I kept mixing those up, so I kept being like styked and soaked.
Soaked.
they'd be so stoked to have their music on Spotify in general, but like they ain't gonna see like hardly any money.
Yeah, again, this is another one where personally, like,
which is why musicians are just broke all the time too. Which is why we have that sort of stereotype, but it fits like completely. We're all broke.
Personally, as an artist, like I've like never made a dime off my music, so this isn't about me. For me, I'm much happier just to share my music. I want to connect with people in some way or another, but I'm very much in support of supporting artists, which is why I do go see shows and buy merch and this and that. So
yeah, I think that also complements with like how people just kind of treat music as an aesthetic. Like they don't like really put their time into it, into listening to it. Like a lot of like general people. You know, there are lots of people who listen to Spotify like extensively and go through different artists. Not talking about you folk, y'all who actually listen to music. But it just makes it, since it's so accessible, people are just going to just do it for free. Why would they? Like when you put money into something, people are going to put more effort into it or more thought, because it's like, oh, this took something from me. Does that make sense?
Sure.
It's like if you're given like like say, I don't know, anything electronic for free, you're not gonna look into like what that does, or even like see or care about the value that it has. You got it for free, but like if it's something that's taking your money, you're all of a sudden going to look into more details about that thing,
I can see that.
So that way you have the, I
see what you're saying.
So that way you can either justify the worth or like see if it even is worth it. If you have to pay like, money for music, all of a sudden people are going to care way more about the quality of that. At least I think. I don't know.
Sure.
Mini rant over. I have to pee already, so. You know what? I have another point.
Coop is trying to eat your banana bread.
What an asshole. I only got one bite from it, but
brought it on the floor, and then I had to.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Anyways, leave that all in, by the way, including the pause. I got another point, because I remember live music is a thing too.
Okay.
People do not want to pay for that shit either. They do not give a fuck. They will, and if they have to, they will underball the shit out of you, because they just paying for quality. This artistic and performance quality just is alien to them. I don't know. You know what I mean, right?
Paying for live music?
Yeah.
People don't pay for... No, I don't.
No, people don't want to.
Oh, yeah.
Like venues are just like, like, oh, I got this wedding, blah, blah, blah. It'd be cool if you guys can come down, and they just expect you to do it for free or something. And
right.
a lot of the defense for that is like, oh, you'll get exposure, quote unquote. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
like genuinely fuck off with that.
Yeah.
I'll only play like for free if it's in a bigger group, because then it's other musicians. But I'm not gonna play like for just like any public people for fucking free. Like that's ridiculous.
Again, this is where like I agree.
That's something we need to normalize.
This is something that I agree with you on, but I don't personally care. I will play for free.
Oh
no, I mean when it applies to me, I don't care. When it applies to others, I think, yeah, I'm absolutely with you. But I just want to play for people. I want to connect with people through music. So, but yeah, 100% with you.
Because also people don't realize that shit like this takes a lot of like time, dedication, and practice. God for fucking bid. It goes over a lot of people's head. They don't realize like the type of work that it takes, and like we need to be compensated for that expertise. But people just think talent just fucking appears. It's like some miracle or some shit. You get spit on by God, and nope, all of a sudden you can play ukulele.
It was your turn to have a take anyway.
Oh yeah, I've been kind of ranting about that. I don't know. That's just a whole. Yeah.
Yeah, you had more of these than you thought when we started going.
Well,
we both
that's not unpopular, I think. That's just like, yeah.
No, we're just talking about stuff. Yeah, one of these definitely isn't unpopular.
Here, I got an unpopular one for you. Probably the most unpopular opinion of all of them that I've had so far.
Okay.
Ringo is actually a good drummer.
Yeah.
Like he's actually a good drummer.
Yeah.
Like not in the most like technical or proficient type of way, but like he's very tight with
he's a good drummer like Pat.
Well,
he knows what his music requires and he does it.
Yeah, but Ringo makes a lot more distinct like choices with drums. Like as once you go through like the discography.
Yeah.
Pat just like gets it done, you know? That's what Ringo is. That's what most drummers like should be having in terms of that mindset. Fucking Travis.
Yeah.
But he actually made like a lot of choices, like depending on how like the drum is too, what cymbals to hit, what beat, like where the kick drum is following in order to make like complement the song the best or get it to flow.
Yeah.
So a lot of that shit. It's like it's the whole mental part is what elevates him in terms of being, you know, a musician.
Oh, when we're talking about Travis Barker, by the way, we're talking like Travis Barker since like Matt Skiba joined the band. I'm pretty sure. Just wanted to make that clear because I don't think like his unique style back on like Adam's song or whatever was a problem. I think it was like cool. It fit the songs. But yeah, I'm talking like No Future on California. Go check that shit out. Not to take from your point, just wanted to put that in there.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I really dig that. It's kind of like it kind of just rolls off the tempo. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Didn't mean to stop your point.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, that's pretty much what my point was. You know, it's like a lot of other people won't realize that either. Is like there's a lot of mental stuff from music too, and making choices and not going overboard.
Then yeah, while we're on this topic, I'll just shoehorn this one in here because this is one I don't think is unpopular. It's pretty obvious. It's just like something people who don't know, like, you know, maybe a more casual listener might not think about, which is, you know, something that we agree on. I think that musically complex or technically impressive doesn't equal good. I don't care if it's hard to play, if it's also hard to listen to. Sometimes less is more. Obvious caveat is if the artist is conveying more than just, hey, I'm great, look at me. Again, compliment your song with what you're doing. I don't care how great you are if you're not adding to the song, if you're not complimenting it in some way. This is where Travis Barker fits.
I was going to say, like, I think that's the only thing I can think of, at least from what I've listened to, is Travis Barker, like, fitting there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, a lot of musicians will, I don't know, they'll take account for that. The good ones, you know?
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. Yeah, that's the take. I thought it fit right in with that. I don't think it's an unpopular opinion, so just I'd stick it in there. And with that, it's back to you.
You didn't have one. You just forced that in there.
What do you mean?
That wasn't the one that you wrote down.
No, I had that.
Oh, okay.
I had that. Like everything.
Damn, it actually flowed. Wow, weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Similarly, next one. Paul McCartney has a terrible solo career despite being one of the most talented musicians. His solo career is fucking awful. I'm sorry.
I'm not familiar with his solo career.
I'm not familiar enough with the Wings, but like, I don't know, man. Like the McCartney stuff gives me credence alone to like make that statement.
Is it unpopular to say that?
No. I don't think so. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm wondering, do people really care about his solo career? Because people like Lennon's solo career.
Some people really, you know, they dig Paul, they dig Wings. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't add to that. I don't like that Christmas song, though.
And Temporary Secretary is one of the worst songs I've ever heard.
That was just funny to me.
Just flat out, yeah.
That one to me sounds like you'd like it if it was Ween, like slapped on there.
Well, here's the thing. If Ween did it, they would like go way more. They would like really dedicate the choice of that and just go, I don't know. They would put filters over it that would like either complement or contrast the fucking like really pinpricky ass super simple synth noises going that they don't know. They would do much more with it.
Right.
Ween is the good noise band.
So let me.
You know what? Here's a free one. Since we're talking about Ween, I unironically like Ocean Man.
We all do. It's all good.
I don't know, man. Some people think it's a meme.
Ocean Man is a meme, but like, it's good. Everything, not everything, but a lot of Ween is memes.
No, everything Ween is memes.
Sure.
Everything.
So, yeah, let's transition into me contradicting myself earlier in the episode. I don't like comedy music. I think it's it works once or twice. Then I never want to hear it again.
You sir are lying.
What do you mean?
You're lying.
How's that?
You like Tenacious D?
I like Tenacious D, but I don't listen to Tenacious D.
No, you don't listen to them like you listen to all the other bands that you're into. Neither do I, but you re-listen to them.
Same with Real Big Fish. Most of their songs are just tongue-in-cheek jokes, and they're like fun live. Like, but I can't listen to much Real Big Fish.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna hit you another one. Bo Burnham.
Bo Burnham's great. Bo Burnham's a genius.
You rewatch him too? Yeah, he's a fucking hell.
Bo Burnham's a goddamn genius. But I know it's like, I'm gonna hit you with something here.
Oh no.
Ninja Sex Party's never really done it for me.
I never really fully got into them, but I really did like their single stuff.
I'm talking their originals and stuff.
Yeah, I like them. I like them quite a bit.
Like, I think Dan's funny in the context of Game Grumps, but I don't know that I've ever laughed at an NSP song.
Wow. Okay, someone does not enjoy comedy.
All right.
Someone just doesn't enjoy laughing. Damn. Who hurt you?
I just had to.
How could you not watch?
I had to get vulnerable and come out with this right here.
How could you not watch
I still collect their shit
and not laugh from it?
I still collect their shit. I still want to, go see them live and stuff. That'd be a cool thing. Again, comedy music live is something totally different. And Bo Burnham, I do find to be kind of the exception to the rule, where it's exceptionally creative. And even Tenacious D is mostly dick jokes and stuff, but there's the movie to go with it, and the movie was kind of a bomb. A lot of people don't like it, but I think it's a great time.
People don't like the Tenacious D movie?
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with all of you? What? Fuck you. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say to that. I don't even need any points. Just fuck you if you don't like the Tenacious D movie. You just don't like good comedy at that point.
Let me change let me change the point, I guess. Because I wrote comedy music equals nah. And that's not true. I think after one or two listens, it just generally becomes irrelevant unless you want to show it to your friends. So yeah, as much as I love Bo Burnham and as much as I love his special and showing it to new people, I don't drive around my car listening to it. So there you go. Doesn't have replayability, I guess, is the better point.
Yeah, to you,
to me.
All right.
I do like when Real Big Fish does a song that isn't just haha, she has a girlfriend now. Okay, your turn.
It's a little bit, man, funny. Haha, comedy.
Yeah.
I think that leads me to my most contentious point.
Oh, you've said that 3 times.
No. This was actually it.
My last one is not a bomber. It's just
this one I guess is the discussed thing, I guess, which is an apparently unpopular opinion. I don't know. I'll stand by it. I'll die on this hill, and I don't think there's anything wrong with what I'm about to say. If you don't know music theory, you can't claim to be knowledgeable about music.
Yeah, I disagree with that, but
I mean, you might be knowledgeable about socio-cultural trends within the music scene, but that doesn't mean you are actually knowledgeable about music. Have that tangible, experience and,
Sure.
And you got. I mean, okay, no. You have experience, but like,
I was gonna say I shouldn't be talking about like I shouldn't have this podcast in that case. Or
no,
like,
but like what I said, like that's included in that note that you know about the social cultural trends within music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, pattern recognition, that sort of thing. But like actual, music theory, the boring, lexical shit that goes into that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like. It's like the difference is like watching cooking shows versus like going to an actual culinary school and learning about it.
So you mean you can't talk about it?
No,
you can't talk about theory, is what you're saying.
It's just you don't have that knowledge. It's just I don't know. It's kind of inherently true in that statement.
Yeah,
that's like what I said is like if you don't have the music knowledge, you don't have music knowledge.
That's true.
Like that's as far as the point goes,
That's true. It doesn't mean you can't write good music. It doesn't mean you
I didn't say that.
Yeah, it doesn't mean. That's the thing with that one. I guess it doesn't mean a whole lot. Like Fantano discussed this too. He has like a video of like 10 or 15 minutes of him explaining why he never talks about music theory and how it's just like utterly irrelevant to most music conversation. Anyway, but.
For nowadays, yeah, but that's because it's also, no one like studies music theory. Kind of saddening because it's gonna.
I hate it.
It's kind of like, it sucks to like get into because it's like it's making something that is normally a fun, art form thing to do turn boring.
I am studying it, and I don't think it's fun.
I agree, it's not fun. It's boring. There's a lot of shit that's just you don't need to know the fucking modes of music. You don't need like that's never going to come up in writing, but like hey, it's in my brain, it's knowledge. But
yeah, and I think you get like not
that can open up a few things for me to do, but like that's with the all-encompassing like stuff in terms of composition.
There's no clear algorithm for like good song.
Well,
but I will say
there's no good algorithm for like anything like that.
I will say you get a lot of good shit by breaking those rules, and you get a lot of good shit by keeping to those rules.
Well, you have to know what the rules are to break them. If that makes sense.
Maybe.
Well, like
you break a lot of rules when you don't know what you're doing.
Well, you can accidentally like be doing that. You can make a choice that is breaking the rules, but like what someone who would put more thought into it would also come to the same decision, Like, hold on.
Yeah, I think it seems like irrelevant in the end product, but how you got there becomes irrelevant, but I do get what you're saying.
I don't think it's relevant to the end product because that's the whole the ends justify the means type of thing. It's like how you get there is how you get there.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think when it's
very important for if you're playing with like larger groups of people. Like especially in like jazz and big band sort of thing. Oh, here's another side point. Marching band and like criminally underrated also. I will say.
Yeah, I'm not into marching band either.
Yeah, but the fucking hell, the music, like it's just the sound they make, just such good shit. Genuinely, if the instrumental is your cup of tea, but which it isn't for a lot of people, sadly.
I can dig instrumental, but again, like if I'm listening to instrumental, I'm not about like, I don't want to hear like the second half of Freebird or anything. I don't want to hear just like guitar solo the whole time.
Oh yeah, those are annoying. Those things that are like, the solos that are just notes. I don't like
great.
Those.
Yeah, I want to hear intention and purpose and passion in what you're doing.
I mean, I agree, but that also can be like a little bit blown into the whole solo thing,
Yeah.
Like instead of just playing, random notes or picking at things, which a lot of solos don't do, thankfully. Right. But yeah, I mean that's the extent of my point,
So
why I'm like,
I think
it's not really an unpopular opinion.
I think when you like explain it, it becomes less popular or less unpopular.
Well, because a lot of people get like really attached to their concept of music and what they believe is good, and that goes with art in general, but music specifically because I don't know, just us as people, we have like just an innate like nature to personalize the shit everything we consume. It's just like, especially with music, because you can interpret that pretty much however you want, and a lot of it's mostly charged. So whenever people like, say things like this, it's very easy for other people to get offended because they think that like whatever they like or whatever, or what they know about music is either wrong or just not informed, when it's like, it's not attacking you. It's just like, it's just kind of pointing out, that if you don't know music theory, I mean, again, the statement covers itself.
You can't talk about music theory if you don't know music theory.
Yeah, essentially.
Okay. All right, my last one, not a bombshell. I don't even have anything to fucking say for this. AC/DC sucks.
I agree.
I don't like AC/DC.
I agree. All thrash metal sucks too.
Does it?
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with that one.
I'm not big on Metallica.
Oh, I'm not huge on Metallica either. We don't like the AC/DC and Metallica. We don't like Beavis and Butthead shirts.
They have
that sucks.
Yeah, but we love Beavis and Butthead.
What was I gonna say? If Suicidal Tendencies are thrash metal, I think they are. I appreciate some of their shit. Yeah. So I don't know if I would fully agree with that. But yeah, I'm not into the big ones.
I haven't heard any Suicidal Tendencies, but
we saw them live.
When I say
for like Metallica and Slayer, I'm not like big on that.
Yeah, when I say when they suck, it's just like they don't add anything new to the genre. It's just the same like formula, just like tired and just
I don't think there's a single AC/DC song that has like a different drum beat. Obviously, that's hyperbole. So if there was that one person who was gonna post a link in the comments,
well, it's the same thing with what I was saying with like too much bass will ruin a song.
Yeah,
because like in music production, you need some form of clarity.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of equipment, like people need the best and most clear like headphones and microphones and super accurate software and everything to get it very clear and crisp. To like nail like soundscaping and frequency response, all the technical shit. Which, by the way, is like it's kind of an extension of music theory too, like producing and all that. So we'll go into my other point, but yeah, and like if it's just all like if it's too much distortion or there's too much like stuff going on in the bass to just make it muddy to just ruin that clarity, it's just fuzz that just hits you. Like it kind of just becomes a white noise after a bit. Mm-hmm. The only thing that will like distinguish it is like vocals at that point. Distinguish anything. I'm talking about like the the deeper sound when you listen back to things.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So, well, like I agree with you. I'm not gonna act like I'm consistent with that. I'm sure. I think you are. But it's just like,
oh, that's good.
I
hope I am, but
that's a sound that doesn't hit my ears right. But then you have, Neutral Milk Hotel turning up the sound of their fucking input jack on the 4-channel, and just sounds like as well. But like, I like that variation of noise.
It all depends on what it like brings and how it will affect like the rest of the tracks.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is like really old, like
I meant 4-track,
like punk type of music, like the really old shit where it's just angrily beating the shit out of the guitar and drums.
I like noise and lo-fi to a degree, but I don't like the noise of the bass in modern, trap music. So that's just, something that isn't consistent when it comes to noise. I don't think you like noise as a rule. Pretty much anyway.
Ween.
Huh?
I like Ween.
I don't know if Ween has some noise tendencies, but I don't know that they're a noise band. They're kind of their own thing. They made their term for it. Brown.
It's so funny just because like noise is like by definition is like the opposite of music.
Huh.
Think about it,
Yeah, that one's a hard one.
It's just kind of funny, you know. There's a genre that's like anti-music, you know. It's like if artists just like scribbled on canvases, which they do, but like it's funny if they named it like non-art or something.
Yeah, that's like kind of the abstraction of it, I guess. That's what, like Nirvana has a lot of noise stuff.
A lot of distortion. Like general. I'm talking generally.
Nirvana?
Yeah.
Yes, but they also have some tracks that fit like squarely into the noise genre. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he lived long enough. Kurt Cobain would have been a Neutral Milk Hotel fan because he was a Daniel Johnston fan. I would love to just see what you said about Daniel Johnston. I should give you Daniel Johnston.
Well, what is it? What is he bad?
No, he's not bad. He's not even noise. He's other. I don't know.
Again, that also all circles back.
He's very passionate about what he did.
Give me headaches. Hey, give me headaches. Sometimes they're fun though. Like I'm listening to some shit, and there was like I listened to one album like the other day, and I think one song, and then like followed by another one. It just left me like, what fucking genre is this? It's a mix of everything, and I don't mean that figuratively.
Daniel Johnston
it's like progressive metal, jazz, electronic pop. You know, it's like, what the fuck?
Oh my god. Daniel Johnston was a very genuine and passionate musician, and that's where he gets his following. And he did pass away in 2019, but I think you would hate his music. It's very outsider, lo-fi kind of stuff. So, yeah. Anyway.
I was drumming with the Snapple bottle, and now I'm going to make my own noise band.
Hooray.
I'm going to sample
I think we're done.
Hits.
Those are all mine. And if we...
Yeah, that's mine. That
we
was
did
like,
this right.
That was like the big, like almost fundamental point that was written, I guess, if you ever had to, like, you know, force an unpopular music opinion out of me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Cool. Well, this went longer than maybe I thought it would be, because we've been having some that were like 40 minutes.
Yeah, no, I figured we thought it was going to be short, but I figured when we get to the conversation, like, yeah, it'll carry over, you know?
It's a little longer.
It's how it goes, just having a fucking conversation, you know? It's what you people like it for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Coolio.
Anyways, so I guess that's the end of it here. At least this little entry in the podcast. Stay tuned for next week, where we talk about more music. Yeah, even more.
Only music.
Yeah, and maybe this gives a little bit more insight to how we tackle, you know, music and just other media in general. You know, I hope to think that any one of these podcasts can be anybody's entry.
Yeah,
maybe, I don't know. This could be a good entry point too. But yeah, so next week we'll discuss Rush and Gaslight Anthem, a couple albums from them.
Mm-hmm.
It should be fun.
The 59 sound for the 59th episode, because this was the 58th episode.
Yes.
All right. We'll see you then.
Oh, I see. Now I disconnected. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week. Don't forget, guys, never let your drummer anywhere near your mix.
Let's blow out the skate.
That said, bye-bye.